Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. It's Suzette Speaks for a soft launch of my new radio show on INI Radio, which is the voice of the Caribbean, South Florida's #1 Caribbean radio station, 94.3 FM Miami, as well as 102.1 Fort Lauderdale. And I'm in the studio. This is not official yet, y'all. I'm going to be doing a full promo around the show, but I'll be live every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. So just giving you a behind the scenes look. Today, my friend girl is here. I'm scared to even move the camera. But here go Rose in the back. Yes, girl, you see, she'll be talking about the new real estate law. You know, I didn't write down the website where people can go to sign up. Do you remember the name of the website where people can go to sign up for the settlement? Oh, I didn't even write it down. Okay, well, we'll just mention that there's a website. So it's nothing is coming. So I'm not going to promote that. Okay, well, thank you for clarifying. So we're going to be doing some talk about the Caribbean culture and dreams, the dreams that our parents dream, and make sure they tell us not to go anywhere, and what that comes from, and if you believe in it. And we're also going to be talking about the real estate settlement. So it'll be a fun show. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like button and share. And shout out to people watching on Facebook as well. Actually, let me make my Facebook live as well. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. I forgot to make the Facebook public. I hope it will. I thought I charged my laptop now. Come on now. I didn't? Oh, it's coming out. Never mind. Tell me how much time we have, like a minute? We have like a minute left? Not even?
Yeah, about a minute.
Okay,
Take
perfect.
about 60 seconds. Yeah.
We're here. What you want?
What do you say? How long?
Oh, yeah, it's about 60 seconds. I just want to log into my Facebook and make sure it's public.
Oh, so Suzette,
Yes,
a gentle reminder. So at 1:27,
127 is a
I
break.
put on the instrumental.
Yes,
You
sir.
know you have 3 minutes.
3 minutes from that
And you
point.
can talk all the way up until the break.
Okay.
And it comes on automatically at exactly 1:30.
At 1:30.
And then the same thing, I'll do the same thing at the end.
Okay,
What is that?
wonderful.
1:15.
Fantastic. So 127 takes me out 3 minutes, and 1:30 it automatically comes up.
And it comes on, and the same thing
Yes.
is going to happen for 1:57 for you to end the show. You have 3 minutes, and then once you hear the instrumental,
I have 3 minutes. Okay, cool.
Watch your clock so you can talk all the way up until the break.
All right, fantastic.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
No, you're okay. Oh, that's headphone is not so good, then that's probably why. Yeah. When you get, did you order yet? Because did you order headphones yet?
No, me never order nothing yet.
So I said, you probably can,
Oh, get us set for somebody else.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, got it. All right, that's this weekend.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, good. I'm just saying. Otherwise, you should be having that issue.
Right. Okay, I have to get 2 sets of headphones. Welcome everybody on Facebook.
Yes, indeed. It's that time again to join Suzette Speaks live on your favorite radio station. Greetings and welcome, my dear. How are you doing today?
I am wonderful. I want to thank you for that wonderful introduction. Can you hear me? I am grateful that I am here. And I'm grateful that I have a special guest with me today. I want to welcome you. If you're listening in Fort Lauderdale, big up yourself. If you're listening in Miami, welcome. I'm live on the radio. This is a soft launch of the brand new Suzette Speaks show live. I'm excited to be a part of the Voice of the Caribbean, the #1 24/7 Caribbean radio station. And we are grateful that we have a special guest with us today for the show. We're going to talk a little bit of serious topic today, and then we're going to have a little fun, right? So I guess I'll tease you with what I have going on in my mind when it comes to our fun topic today. Shout out to the people watching on my YouTube or also on the station's website. You guys know we are, I guess, global because we're on the internet, but we're also all over Florida. You can tell a friend to check us out. 94.3 Fort Lauderdale, 102.1, 94.3 Miami. There we go. 102.1 Fort Lauderdale, as well as 99.7 Orlando 105.3 Vero Beach, and Point St. Lucie. So wherever you are, all over Florida, we are expanding our network, and we want you to tune in each and every Thursday and Friday, all the time, really, because they play some good music. First of all, shout out to Humble Line. As I was driving all the way over here, I was hearing this great vibe, and I was like, yes, it is Fire Friday. So I was in a great mood listening to the music that he was giving us, and it made me feel so good. So I hope to continue that good vibe. And I want you guys to call in. You guys can be a part of today's conversation. Everybody listening, shout out to the people who called in yesterday. I really appreciate you being a part of the show. 850-446-0562, 850-446-0562. Get you right in touch here at the studio. And I want to welcome my very special guest. We're going to talk about two things today, guys. And there's one thing that changed the real estate game that I want to make sure I highlight, because there was a massive lawsuit that went into effect, and it's not in effect yet. We'll say the proposed lawsuit had an outcome that will change the real estate game in this country if it's adopted. And I'm looking at, some of the numbers of what they're saying about how it will change things for sellers, how it will change things for buyers. So I need you to stay tuned to all of the things that will be happening in the real estate game. If you've never bought a house, this is your show. If you have bought a house, this is your show, because it looks like there may be even an opportunity for you to get some kind of compensation if you bought a house, because they are now changing the way real estate commissions are being handled. So the other part of what I want to talk about today, my mother called me this morning. And let me tell you, y'all, because we are a Caribbean radio station, I always want to talk about Caribbean American traditions. And one thing I think we have a tradition of is there is always this feeling around dreams and having dreams and what a dream means. And when I think about what dreams mean, I don't know. It's something that we tend to give a lot of, what can I say, weight and credibility to. And my mother called me and said she was dreaming my uncle. She said she had a dream, and I don't know why I'm dreaming, and well, I don't know what it means. Now he has passed, but I want to know if that's something that you, as a Caribbean descendant or a person of Caribbean heritage, believe in, and is that something that you see or you hear when it comes to dreams? So let me have you call in and tell me if somebody have a dream, yo, if somebody have a dream about you, what it meant to you, how it affected you, if it came true, and do you believe we get signs and messages through dreams? So before we get to that conversation, I want to start with the real estate convo. So I'm going to ask my guest to introduce herself. Welcome for the first time on the Suzette Speak Show Live. I have this wonderful lady sitting next to me. Her name is Rose. Welcome, Rose.
Hello, Suzette. Thank you for having me here today. Congratulations on your new show. I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited to be one of your first guests on your new show. So, I'd like to introduce myself. Like Suzette mentioned, my name is Rose Thompson, and I'm the owner and broker of a firm, High Equity Realty, also known as HER. So, we are a real estate company. We are located in Miramar, right off I-75 and Miramar Parkway. So, what is it that we do? We work with people who are interested in purchasing properties here in South Florida. So that can be residential properties, commercial properties, even land. And we also work with landlords to help them with their tenants.
Fantastic. So she is here to break down. Hey, we sound like, oh, loud and clear, loud and clear. Love that.
Loud and clear.
There you go. All right. As we get into the conversation, I want to welcome Rose B. Thompson. You can find her on social media, Rose B. Thompson, Real Estate, High Equity Realty. So as Rose is saying, there's some big changes. So what happened in this lawsuit? Can you tell us what the lawsuit was all about?
Okay, so there's a lawsuit. The lawsuit was between sellers in Missouri and NAR, along with some other major brokerage firms. So some of those brokerage firms were the company that owns Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams, Home Services of America. Just a lot of brokerage firms was included in this lawsuit. So what's happening is that sellers in Missouri felt that they were forced to pay for the buyer's commission, the buyer's agent commission. So they felt that they didn't realize that they didn't have to pay for this commission. And they felt that the system of having them pay for this commission, it kind of artificially inflated the commission that a buyer's agent would normally get. So the system that NAR, which is the association that represent realtors, have in place, they created a system that forced sellers, so they say, to pay for buyer's agent realty fees. Therefore, their commissions are higher than it would be. So, for example, if a buyer was paying for these fees, typically a buyer would not be willing to pay as high fees to their agents if they were responsible for these commission fees. So they felt that there was some collusion going on that affected the system.
All right, so we're gonna break that down. So again, welcome to the Suzette Speak Show live each and every Thursday and Friday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on Voice of the Caribbean, the #1 Caribbean 24/7 radio station in the state. Should I say in the world? I
In the
kind of felt like
world.
that.
In the
That's what was
world.
in my spirit, y'all. But tell a friend and tell a friend again. We are 94.3 Miami, 102.1 Fort Lauderdale, 102.3 North Miami, Hollywood, 99.7 Orlando, and 105.3 Vero Beach, Port St. Lucie, and growing. And today's conversation is about the major settlement as Rose B. Thompson Real Estate, as she's our guest today, is breaking down. When you buy a house, you have two people, one selling, one buying, and then you have two agents normally. Some people do it on their own, but typically in our system here in the United States, you have a person who's representing the seller's realtor, and then you have someone that's representing the buyer's realtor. So in that system, we have seen that in this lawsuit, a group of sellers, as she's just wonderfully laid out, claimed that they were having to pay for everything and that they needed a choice.
Correct.
That in the seller's commission, which is the fee that the realtor on the seller side would charge, they were splitting it with the buyer's realtor, and they felt that was unfair. They didn't have a say in whether or not they should be paying the buyer's realtor at all.
Yes.
Am I breaking it down?
Now,
Okay.
just to clarify,
Yes, please.
in their contract, the way it's proposed to them is that the seller's agent would charge a fee. That fee typically would be anywhere between 4% and 6%. And that fee they charge for selling the home. And they would put it on the market. But in the event that a buyer come with their own agent and they're the ones who purchased the home, then that buyer's agent would get a portion of that fee. So it's the same fee, the 6% that the seller's agent would get, whether they sell the home or whether they get help from a buyer's agent to sell the home. But either way, sellers felt that if I knew that I was paying for a buyer's agent fee, maybe I wouldn't have paid that because they weren't aware. They felt like they weren't aware.
Okay, so this is a normal thing that always happens, but then this group of sellers was saying this is not something that they were fully aware of, and that shouldn't be standard. They should have some sort of choices. So I've been reading online. You guys have been seeing the headlines that this has totally revolutionized the industry when it comes to realtors, which are real estate agents. So how has it impacted? What is the potential outcome?
Well, at this time, buyer's agents, I think, are really scared because the impact is going to affect mostly buyer's agents and buyers. Because at this time, when an agent meets a buyer, they're not negotiating how much they're going to make. They're not even usually having that discussion. But now, when they meet a buyer and they want to take them out to show property, one of the first requirements is that you sign an agreement with this buyer and that you negotiate what your commission will be. So the buyer is going to be quite aware of this commission because oftentimes in the past, I don't think some buyers were aware that there was a commission being paid. They know sellers were paying a commission, but they didn't realize that there's a commission being paid on their behalf.
So let me break that down a little bit, guys. So even though a buyer would typically in the past have a sales agent, all right, a real estate agent helping them to buy, their buyer's real estate agent fee was paid by the seller.
Absolutely.
So with the change, the proposed change, now remember the lawsuit has been ruled upon, but it has to be adopted. It's not official yet.
Yeah, there was a ruling, and the ruling was actually against NAR,
Mm-hmm.
and the fee was a $1.8 billion.
Hold on now. So again, NAR, tell me, 'cause people, I want to make sure they understand the acronym National Association of Realtors,
Yes,
NAR. And NAR represents the country-wide body
of
for
realtors.
of real estate agents, right? Of realtors.
Correct.
Okay, so the NAR was a party
hmm
in this.
NAR, along with some other major brokerage firms.
Ah, okay. So now that we see the buyer who would not have been aware of this fee at all, now the buyers will be responsible, if this is adopted, for their real estate agent's fee.
Correct.
And before it was actually the seller giving a piece of the seller's real estate agent fee to the buyer's realtor.
Correct.
So now it's on the buyer where it will be very visible.
Correct.
They wouldn't even have noticed the fee before. All right, I understand now. So
Yeah,
the
because
buyers have to
the
show them.
jurors found that the sellers were correct.
Mm,
That if these fees were not being paid by the sellers, that the buyer's agent's commissions would not be as high. So they agreed that there was something going on. Our process impacted the inflation of commission fees. So at this point, the agreement or what NAR proposed is that we will include the buyers in this process and that they would have to sign an agreement going into the system before you even see your first home, selecting an agent if you choose to, and negotiating exactly what that agent fee would be. And the buyer would then be responsible for that fee.
all right. So we say a lot, guys. We're trying to give you a good overview of what has happened. So I want to know if you just break it down for me, the winners and the losers, because it seems as if, again, this is going to cut into where the buyer's realtor used to get automatically a piece of, and that was negotiated between the seller's agent and the buyer's agent, a piece of, wait, let me back up first. So the complaint I think a lot of people have sometimes, let's just break it down, is that when you have a realtor, sometimes you feel like, oh, what did the realtor really do? What did the realtor do? You understand? You go look at the house, you go with your loved ones, you look up and down and you say, okay, now we're at closing and they're getting a check. But ma'am, please, sir, we didn't see anything that you really did. Now, can we talk about what the seller's realtors actually are doing or supposed to be doing and what the buyer realtor actually are doing and why they're making the commission? Because I think that's part of the issue the public may not understand. What I guess there are different levels of service, of course, and we're not going to talk strictly about, pricing or anything, but what are their roles? What does seller realtor really do?
So yes, there are buyers agents and there are selling agents, and the selling agents are usually called the listing agents.
Okay.
Right now, everyone it's not debating the commission for the seller's agents. So we'll start with them. The listing agents, they put your home on the market. They should I will discuss what I do. So I meet with you, I help you come up with appropriate price for your home. I go over things that you need to fix to get your home ready to put it on the market. Then I contract with professionals, a professional photographer, videographer to come out and photograph your home, a stager if necessary to make your home look aesthetically pleasing. And after that, I put it on the market. Oh, one more thing. And before I actually photograph your home, I, as a realtor, would pay typically to get your home cleaned. And that's something that you typically will not get with most agents. That's just a service that my company do provide. So we get your home cleaned, we have it photographed professionally, we put it on the market, and then we have open houses, we accept offers from different agents, and we negotiate. We review the contract with you, oftentimes multiple contracts, especially in these environments, and we go over the pros and cons for every contract, and we help you to select the appropriate buyer. After that, we go through the process with you. The seller's agent, honestly, once it's on the contract, doesn't get too involved because this is where the buyer's agent do most
All right,
of the work.
so come with the buyers now. So what do they actually do?
Okay. I, as a buyer's agent, I meet with the buyer first. I have a free consultation and I figure out one, what is it that you want to purchase, and two, can you purchase that property?
The budget.
We
Yeah.
figure out what the budget. Do you have proper credit scores? Just are you ready to buy? If you are ready to buy, simple. Send you refer you to a couple of lenders, get you pre-approved. We're ready to get started. If you're not ready, then I help you get ready by one, referring you to some credit counselors, referring you to down payment assistance programs, and just helping you to get yourself ready for purchase. This can take months. This can take weeks. It all depends on the buyer. So now we're ready to buy, and you have your pre-approval. We start shopping.
Drive around.
Drive around. That used to be the fun part because let's say 5-7 years ago, you would go out maybe once, twice. They find the home they love. We put in an offer. We're ready to go. But now it's taking forever because inventory is very low.
Right.
So it may take several months of driving to find that perfect home that you want.
So, all right. So now that we've broken it down, the winners and the losers.
I want to just say,
please.
Finding the home is just the very first step.
Oh,
yes, for a buyer's agent. It gets real after you find that home. Because now we have to sit down. We have to figure out what is this home worth? Because the seller, of course, they think their house is a castle. It's worth so much. But I'm representing you as the buyer. So I need to figure out how much is this house really worth. We go over comps and we figure out the price. I help you do an offer. This offer, I need to put it in terms that protect you as the buyer, because if you're going directly to the seller, they may not put in conditions like for the fact that, oh, wait, we need to do an inspection and we need like 15 days to do that inspection. And my client needs to get approved for a loan. What happens if they don't get approved for the loan? Oh, wait, we need to address this. And about that appraisal, you think your home is worth one thing, but the appraiser thinks it's maybe worth a little less. What happens in that case? I need to write some kind of condition so that you don't lose your deposit if the appraisal come in low, if you don't get approved by the HOA, if you don't get approved by the lender. So there's so many things that I need to account for in that contract to make sure that it protects you as the buyer. Now we're in contract, everyone's happy. My job continues because now I take you to the inspection. I meet with your inspector. We go over all the issues of the home, and then we have to negotiate again. Well, guess what? Now we found out that your roof has a leak. Who's going to fix that? The seller's going to say you are, but no, that's why you have a buyer's agent. We're going to go in and we're going to fight for you to have the sellers fix what they should fix, or give you credit for what needs to be fixed, or lower the price of the home. So now we're happy, everything's negotiated, and we go through more processes. I help you go get approved, get the full approval for your loan, and just guide you through the process. And so many things come up during this process that most buyers wouldn't know how to handle. And that's where really the buyer's agent come in, because they've seen this a million times, and they're able to help you go through the hurdles that will come up when you're purchasing.
Wow. So I never heard it broken down so well, Rose, because some people have said, what do they even do? They just show up, I get the check, I go home. But there is a lot that the buyer's realtor does to look out for the interest of the buyer when it comes to this transaction. And this is, for most people, the largest purchase they will ever make in their life. So the winners and losers, you guys, if you're just tuning in, this is Suzette Speak Show Live, the soft launch on I&I Radio, Voice of the Caribbean, the #1 Caribbean radio station in the state of Florida. Make sure you tune in every Thursday and Friday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., 94.3 Miami, 102.14 Lauderdale. We are doing some work here with a good friend of mine who is educating us on the major shakeup to the real estate industry. There was a major lawsuit that was just filed, and a verdict came out about a week ago. And everybody's, it hasn't gone into effect, but everybody's talking about how it will possibly affect consumers. And I guess I want to get to that. So the winners, the losers, it sounds like.
All right, go ahead. Get started. First of all, the winners. Suzette, you may not like this, but the first major winner are the attorneys.
Oh, yeah.
They got to get their feet.
My check not
They worked hard. They did their job. the attorneys are the first major winners.
Mm.
The second winners, the sellers. The sellers, everyone says that we're going to save money because now the commissions are going to be lower. But who saves the money?
Right.
It's the seller. The seller can decide that they're not going to pay the buyer's commission, that they're only going to pay the listing agent's commission. But that does not mean that that money that is being saved is going to be passed down to the buyer or the buyer's agent. For example, right now, we are cashiers.
Mm-hmm.
We are having to go through tolls without attendance. But have the prices of groceries gone down or tolls gone down? No, everything continues to go up. So I don't think that the prices of homes will go down. I think the sellers will just get to keep a little bit more in their pockets.
Yeah, I was just reading that, and a lot of different opinion. You guys have to remember that although this has reached a verdict, if you will, it has to be adopted and approved because it's such a large class action lawsuit. So nothing has gone into effect yet. But as we're kind of reviewing what happened and why and who it may or may not impact, it's good to know what's happening because most of us hopefully will have the opportunity to buy a home if you have not had the opportunity to do so. And if you're going to buy any type of property in the future, it's good to know what this impact will be. So
there's
perhaps the
another-
seller's agent and the seller
Yeah, I was gonna say
will
the
save-
seller's agent also I think will win because
Mhm.
not only are they gonna get paid for their commission, but I'm sure they're gonna work out a situation where if the buyer goes directly to them, that they will be able to charge them a fee for processing or whatever they work out, but they will continue to make their commission and most likely they will charge a little bit more. So those are the winners in this
Mhm.
situation.
How will it affect consumers?
The consumers, I think we are the losers.
Oh Lord.
Well, the buyers, we are the losers in this situation. We have the buyer who now have to pay for the commission, and most of my clients, I don't know about the multimillionaires, they can barely afford to pay for their down payment and their closing costs. I don't think they will have the funds now to pay for a buyer's agent commission. So many buyers may decide to go in alone and go directly to the listing agent and risk having a contract that is skewed towards the seller and not having conditions to protect them.
That's a big deal because if you don't have somebody who is knowledgeable who is helping you necessarily and you want to save money on not hiring because now the buyer has to pay for their agent, you might be susceptible, as you're pointing out, to perhaps missing something in the contract that could hurt you long term. So that's very interesting.
And the buyer's agent, of course, they are going to lose out in this situation as well. They are one of the losers because I am certain that the buyer's agent commission will decrease after this verdict.
Oh Lord. So the realtors are also going to be impacted. The consumer, if this is adopted and goes into effect, it looks like they may be impacted. And I was also reading that there may be, if this is adopted, a possible refund to sellers in the past. Can you mention what may be occurring?
Yes. So the settlement that was proposed was for $418 million. Now, once the attorneys get their portion, the remainder should go back to the sellers, not buyers, but the sellers that were involved. I'm not sure exactly how much everyone would get.
So we're talking about home buyers from the last 10 years, we don't know yet.
That has to be finalized.
So it's a lot going on. Uno might get a refund if you didn't sell a house. You don't know yet. Yes. 30 seconds, Rose. Go ahead.
Definitely, the sellers will be entitled to get some type of payment, like in most class action suits. So we just need to finalize the proposed settlement, and then you will be able to check into the system.
This is such a good conversation, Rose. We have to take a break, guys. After this break, we'll be right back with more from Rose B. Thompson Real Estate, and we're going to get into our next topic. This is I&I Radio, Voice of the Caribbean, Suzette Speak Show Live. Stay with us, y'all. Okay. Good job. Good job. No, it's just that when the music
stops. About that, see, Mikey called me to say it's obvious that somebody unplugged the microphone. Not you know, so
they couldn't hear me the whole intro?
Well, they were hearing you, but not as clear.
Yeah. Okay, I want to
exactly. No, you were super.
I want to address this. All right, hold on.
So
That was good.
let's do this because what
We
happens is
switch
that
bowl.
that's what
Yeah. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what it's supposed to
Yeah.
have been,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
because you
yeah.
were talking, I wanted to
Right.
keep it flowing.
Right.
All right, so
Okay. Perfect.
guess what now? You can test it.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Talk.
Hello.
You good?
Yeah.
That's what we should have done.
All right. We should have done it initially, but we good.
Yeah.
Boss man. That's what happened.
Sometimes they use one option, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna check it, make sure it's working.
Well, they could hear us,
They could,
but it was a little.
They heard everything you were saying. They heard
Yes.
everything you were saying, but it was.
So I'm gonna do a reintro then.
Yeah, you can. That's cool.
We're gonna move to the next
That's
topic.
perfect.
We're gonna move final thoughts and the next topic. So think about the dreams.
You know, so they were hearing you just like you were in the far,
Mm-hmm.
but they were still hearing you.
Okay. It's 30 minutes. We got 30 minutes
Wait,
left.
but how long is the final time?
You can do for a minute, and then we're gonna pivot to the dreaming on what people. Oh, can I borrow your phone?
What?
Can I borrow your phone?
Of course.
The Instagram. Go to the Instagram I sent you
I
yesterday.
can't hear nothing.
Go to the Instagram I sent you yesterday about dreams. Big up Annette Kid, big up Alicia. Big up.
I just turned back off the mic, even though it was down.
Mhm.
Just turn it off.
Mhm.
Once you turn off the mic, then we can hear the commercials as well.
Special guest artist, don't miss it. Powered by the Heartbreaking Music Festival and I&I Radio, the right tires for the road, and Express Tire Plus. Express Tire Plus.
Can I play this?
The mic is good. He has a way to talk to him. So, you want to grab him real quick?
Yeah, try it. Can we try it?
No, he doesn't want you to do it like that.
Oh,
Might
me
be
grab
on
him.
the quality thing.
Yeah, man.
But you have something that can plug into your phone.
yes. Let me get him real quick.
Tell him real quick and so. He's next door. This way.
GC Resort offers a perfect balance.
I'm going to see the camera.
GC offers luxury rooms and suites with balcony that has sea, garden, and pool view. Perfect for romantic getaway and family vacation. Enjoy amenities like Wi-Fi, breakfast, inside and outside bar, fitness center, swimming pool, and 5-star cuisine restaurants located just a few minutes away
Can
from
you
everything.
email this real quick to radio at 96.1.com?
627-6010 or 876-892.
Mikey, what's the email again?
www.gcresort.com. We would like to thank GC Resort.
You know the email?
WZPP961@gmail.com.
All right.
WZPP961. Yeah.
Yeah, my friend gonna email it to you.
96.1. No point. That's 961.
WZPP961.
Yeah.
All right, she's gonna send it for you.
961.
How much time?
Yeah.
A minute? Okay. Yeah, okay.
The thing.
Email, all right. WZ.
Put in an addition for me. How much commercial that is?
One after this.
Put in an addition.
Go ahead.
1, 2. No. Put the board in addition. Put the board in addition. All right. And take this other program real quick. Take the other program. Check it. You have headphones?
Okay, that should be it. Yes, thank you. It should have sent to you.
Put up the volume. On the one I just put an addition only. Check in your headphone if you can hear that real quick. In addition. 1, 2, 2, 2. Nothing in addition.
It keeps dropping.
That's all right. Pull it up higher.
All right. I'll see you later.
Push it
Back
back.
in program.
Thank you for your contribution.
Voice.
Thank you.
What do you want to play that now?
Hmm?
You want to play it now?
In 2 minutes.
I'm saying it right here.
All right, no problem.
Welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Suzette Speaks on your radio. I can't wait to get into our next topic.
Well, you're not hearing anything? What did Mikey just do? can't hear yourself? No? All right. Say something. It's not on here. It's not on here. It's not on here. Go ahead. Say something.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah. But you just can't hear yourself.
I hear you.
How do I know if I'm
Don't worry. Sir. Can you just grab it? It's just easy for you to grab. No, not that one. Just grab Mikey from your pencil.
Mikey,
Can I?
come here. It might not work. Mine might not work.
Yeah, but they have to be close because I don't know what.
I can hear the music only.
They not hear themselves.
Come.
Whatever reason.
Come forward, baby. Come forward. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's Suzette Speaks Live on your radio, the voice of the Caribbean, I Radio, every Thursday and Friday. Join me for Suzette Speaks Live. We're going to be talking hot topics. We've been talking what's going on in the social media world, as well as news. You know, we're going to mix it up and keep it interesting. I have a wonderful guest with me, Rose B. Thompson, Real Estate. She has done an amazing job breaking down the recent class action settlement for real estate and what it has meant for people and the consumers and folks who are in the real estate game who are looking to buy a home. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch gears, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to talk a little bit about the Caribbean tradition of dreaming and how we love to talk about we dreams, what we dreams say, and how we dream other people. And I was telling you at the top of the show, for those just joining us, I want to welcome you. I was talking to my mom today, and the first thing she told me when she saw me was that she dreamed me, and she dreamed my uncle. And then, you always get a little bit of premonition about the dreaming. Rose, I know you are Haitian American.
Yes, I am.
So big up my sister, my fellow island sister. And do you guys have a tradition of dreaming as well?
I think Haitians dream more than Jamaicans.
Listen, we can dream some things enough. Dream, and you get a fear around dreams. You're like, as people pregnant, they say if you dream fish, the people pregnant and all that.
And that is true.
That is true.
That is true. Yes, for sure. I have experienced it myself.
You've dreamed dreams about fish?
No, my mother have dreamed dreams about fish, and then here it is.
So mommy knows something or no. So tell me about that tradition for you within Haitian American culture. Like, is that something very common that you see, or that your mom constantly, or maybe every now and then talks to you about?
My mom, I think because of her age, she has dreams all of the time. Just this morning, she must have known we were talking about dreams because she tells me as I'm driving her to church this morning, she says, Rose, I had a dream. I'm like, okay. Usually I don't listen, but I said, let me see what she's talking about. She had a dream about my daughter. The dream was really weird. I couldn't even follow it. But at the end of the day, what it was that she felt something bad was going to happen to my daughter. There was some doll involved, and I had to bathe the doll. I had to baptize the doll. I'm like, Mommy, what in the world does that mean? But this is her on an everyday basis.
And so mommy always is dreaming. Like, I remember, honestly, guys, and you can call in and tell me if you believe in dreams and what you believe about the dreaming situation when it comes to Caribbean people. Has your grandmother, has your friend, has your auntie, has your cousin dream you, and what does it mean? You can call us at 850-446-0562, 850-446-0562 to reach the studio And again, I'm talking with my good friend, just breaking down the real estate game, Rose B. Thompson Real Estate. You can find her as well on social media, Rose B. Thompson Real Estate. But we're switching gears from the real estate settlement, the national settlement, talking about dreams, y'all. And if you have experienced somebody dreaming you or asking you if them dream you, there's a clip I want to play. I think we're going to get it ready, that I saw online on Instagram from a very funny young man who does comedy, and he's a part of the diaspora as well. And he's always talking about, I'm a dream, and I remember in high school, my mom often would dream me. And the purpose of the dream, I don't know, Rose, was to keep us from going out in these streets, I think was kind of part of it. But there are several times where she was like, don't go to this party, don't go out. And I'm vexed. I'm so upset. And then you hear on the news, some shootout, something happened, and something really, was negative. And then I thought to myself, wow, is God giving her visions? Does she really know what's going on in the places that it happened? Like that, was this a coincidence?
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think moms know what's up. Like I've had same situations going out, and my mom would say, "Do not go out today. That I saw this and that in a dream." And I'm like, "Oh, mom, not the dream." But guess what? I stayed my butt home because I did not want to test it. Because my mom was very, very accurate when it came to her dreams.
Same. So I believe, again, across the diaspora, when it comes to Caribbean people, this is something that is very common, and that people. Let me play a little clip. Is the clip ready? So we can play it. This is what I heard, and let me know what you think. Again, the studio number is 850-446-0562, 850, all over Florida.
Tell him say don't let me out, because I get a piece of dream. In the dream, I see Ensom a carry a donkey on him back. Yes, look good because the donkey supposed to carry Ensom. And I think them say, if you see somebody a carry a donkey on them back, that means say burden over their life, somebody a hold them down, Tell him say don't left the yard. Why him fit him still kind of start with you. Listen to me. Me want you carry him. And me want you buy a piece of blue. I make him dip in like bad pan and beard. Him need a wash off. Because remember last time when me dream saying chop off a bicycle, chop off the Sunday, Well, I wonder what kind of sign God is show me do, officer. Yeah. Yes, me have to go pray for him Sunday at church. Alright, and tell him to don't left the yard. Let him stay in. Alright, me call him back.
Well, listen, I was cracking up when I heard that on Instagram, because I said the amount of time when me hear somebody say them dream me and what them dreams say, it is like, God, are you passing messages through dreams? And if so, how come they so accurate? And then other times, I've had some vivid dreams. Now, this is, guys, after I take a little melatonin. I don't know if you guys need some help sleeping every now and then. But those chewable melatonin, I don't know what's in that. But baby, I have some of the most vivid dreams with me. I run and I don't know, try to escape stuff. I'm in the clouds, all kinds of stuff. And it's just melatonin, I promise you. It's just melatonin. But me have to say, boy, me have to be careful with these things, these kind of man-made substances. And again, it's a gummy. It's something that's supposed to be, regular over the counter. But I don't know if that's just me.
I don't think those dreams mean anything. I think if it comes from your mother, that's when it means something. If you're dreaming vivid dreams, did you see a donkey? No. If it makes sense, it's not real.
Oh.
Yeah, it has to be something weird. Because I don't know, when my mom tells me it's like some weird pieces in it, you can't even follow the dream. It don't make sense. And then she breaks down and say, this is what it means. Like, how did you get that from what you just said?
Yeah, I feel like there is, I don't know. So do we have to be of a certain age to be able to dream the real type of dream so God can talk to us? Or what does that mean?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's once your mom stopped dreaming, I'm not going to say why, but once she's done with that, then I think it passes down to you. I think so.
So y'all hear that, people, you're not necessarily qualified for the dream until you reach a certain age, But no, God rest her soul, my grandmother, my mom's mom, oh my goodness, she could dream some dreams, boy. And I mean, premonition. I mean, I think of her almost as a faith healer. She pray for people, rub them down. They don't have asthma no more. And my cousin, there's a big family lore, and it's true. Like after she prayed for him and laid hands, he never had asthma after that. I mean, she healed people in the district, and I mean, this is like I think a deep woman of faith. That's one thing I can attest for. If anybody who I know, hopefully I'll see at the pearly gates, it'll be her. Rest in peace, Ima G. But them dream out when me I dream, and I know I don't never get like every now and then I'll get like a dream, and I think it means to call somebody. So I'll dream somebody I haven't talked to in a long time, and I'm like, okay, God, I'm just gonna call them and see what they're up to, or if they need something, or maybe need some encouragement. I don't know. So
Well, I've had one dream that God gave me, and let me tell you, I wish He wouldn't have given me that dream because
mm-mm,
I see it every day in my life.
mm-mm.
It happened, I want to say maybe 6, 7 years ago. Do you want me to tell you about?
Yes,
Okay.
now I'm intrigued. Yes.
So this dream, it's kind of sad. The dream is about one of my oldest son. That one day he was sitting like by a tree underground, just sitting there like he was a vagabond or a homeless person, just sitting down. And then he just got up and he just started running and running like aimlessly. It's not like he was going anywhere. He just kept running and running and running.
Mm.
And I kept chasing him down, but like I couldn't hear, like I could hear myself calling after him, but it was very low. It wasn't loud. It's like, come back here, come back here. He just kept running and running. And all of a sudden I saw this big old truck. It was like a huge vehicle. And that truck was just coming, plowing towards him. But he just kept running and running and running towards it. And eventually he got so close to that truck, and a dead friend of mine that had just recently passed away snatched him and grabbed him up. And that was the one dream God gave me. I'm like, God, can you just take that
What
back?
does that mean?
It
We
was
don't want to hear no dreams, Sabaka. I don't. What does that even? What do you take it to
well,
mean?
it hasn't been good since that
Oh my
dream.
gosh.
Honestly,
Oh my
our
gosh.
situation, our relationship has been challenged. Everything in his life has been challenged.
Wow.
So it hasn't been great. And when I did speak to someone about it, they said it was that basically you need to train up the child
Mm-hmm.
in the way that they should go,
Mm-hmm.
and that this child they did not feel was trained up
Wow.
in the path that he should go. And as much as I've done
Yeah.
as a parent
Yeah.
to try to push him in a certain direction, this one just refused to go.
So you still dream that now?
I don't dream about it, but I see it. I remember it. And I
Yeah.
actually just mentioned it to him. I want to say maybe 3, 4 days ago.
We're getting deep, y'all. Wow.
Yeah. So I
Wow.
mentioned, I say, remember that dream. As
Mm.
much as I tried to save you and protect you and keep you from death, you
My
just
God.
continue to run towards it.
That's interesting because me want dream too lotto number, yeah.
Yeah,
Me want dream
thank
so.
you.
How come we not dream no lotto number?
I wonder that.
I'm like, God, you be giving some deep stuff. I mean, I've dreamed. I always think about like sometimes you dream of falling, and so I've
Yes.
Googled like what does it mean when you dream to
Yeah.
fall, or sometimes like dream running, something I run you down, and I'm looking back, but I don't see the thing that's running me down, but I'm running for my life in
Yeah.
a dream, and I'm like, what is that? I have dreamed. Now there was a period in time where I was watching too many zombie movies. And I had like a whole type of like I don't know why I got into the dark movies. I mean I don't like scary movies, but there was like a during the pandemic, like all of a sudden I started watching zombie movies. Like I was so afraid of them at first, and then now I was like, okay, give me Walking Dead, give me zombie apocalypse, give me all of this. But some dream women dream after we start watching that movie there. Oh my gosh. I mean zombie apocalypse 5.0 in my mind. It's interesting what the subconscious takes in. And I
Yeah.
thought, okay, yes, I have to start watching this because now I'm like dreaming it. And then I think I don't know, I think sometimes dreams are our brain processing things that have happened. You know, they say you download your day. And so, like the things you wish you had said and the things, the conversations you wish you or your people that you didn't reach out to or those kind of things, your brain is constantly moving to kind of, I think, protect you. It's a
Yeah.
survival thing. But I do think there's a spiritual level when it comes to dreams that we, as especially part of the Black diaspora, that's a real thing. And how we connect with spirit through dreams, I do believe in. I do believe it's a real thing.
You know, someone in my family, we do have lots of dreams. I don't have many, but my sisters, my sisters do have that gift of dreaming. And my little sister, if there's
dream.
gonna be a layoff or anything,
Mm-mm.
she finds out at least 2 days before, and it has happened continuously. She would say, "I had a dream,"
Wow.
and there is no notice or anything.
And God is
And
showing
then
her.
all of a sudden, she goes to work. and about 2 days later, they send a notice that they're doing layoffs.
You know what? I think there are people that are excuse me, more connected, if you will. No, me not holy roller, but I do think there are people that are, geared up and prayerful, right? Read their good book and live righteously, and I do think it opens more of a portal for them.
So those people you think that the dreams are being given from God.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I think I think there is a kind of what could I call it? People who are a little bit more reverential.
Yeah.
And I'm not talk about external.
It makes sense because my
Yeah.
sisters, they're not married, they don't have children, so
Mm.
they dedicate a lot of their time to reading the Bible and prayer.
they-
and I'm
they
gonna
good.
say I run around all day long with the kids, taking them here and there and working and the husband.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just not open up,
Or you're not still enough.
still enough.
No, it
That's
can
a
happen
good
for you.
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
I think sometimes the stillness, this busyness of life, I think especially now, to take some time for yourself, sit down, be quiet, and just listen to God. I listen. My one of my good friends talk about how 2 minutes a day revolutionized her life,
Wow.
and just sitting quietly. And I told her, I don't think, sis, I'm gonna be able to do that because my mind kind of run very quickly all the time.
Right.
And it is very frustrating to me, but I think sometimes the power is in the stillness.
Right.
And that we think sometimes by doing we create,
Mhm.
but sometimes when you just sit still, take a little time, listen to some quiet or soft music, go by the beach, walk up and down, look at the water, look at the lakes. We got the canals and downsides. We ain't got no real, ocean everywhere. But you can't go to the beach if not the beach is not your thing. Find a green space and just sit.
Mhm.
I think sometimes the busyness is overrated and running us down. And we get a little bit of, we kind of say foggy
Right.
in that spirituality.
And I
But
think we lose out.
yeah, so being able to, I admire people who are able to connect with spirit in that way. I get a little, I'm not that afraid, but sometimes I'll be like, when my cousin called me, I have a cousin in Atlanta. She good to say, I dreamt that, but I'll be like, oh my God, please let it be positive, Lord. Don't let anything crazy happen. But I do think it's a window. I think there is another realm, if you will, that can be very much revealed
Yeah.
when it's time, or when the message needs to get to the person. Don't do this or go there. Now, do you believe in? And I used to watch this show. Do you used to believe? You guys watch Long Island Medium? You ever watch that, lady?
No, I don't watch stuff like that.
Y'all know, listeners, if you want to call in and give us your dream story, 850-446-0562, 850-446-0562, Voice of the Caribbean, I Radio, the #1 Caribbean 24/7 radio station in all of Florida. Make sure y'all locked in. We're talking about dreams. I'm Suzette Speaks every Thursday, Friday, Suzette Speaks Show live with my special guest today, Rose B. Thompson, real estate, just talking about the power of dreaming. Do you believe it? Is it still alive and well, especially among the Caribbean diaspora? What do you guys think? Do you guys still hear mama, grandma, auntie them talk about them dream you? And do you take it to mean anything? And do you think it's a real reflection of the spirit? And is it something maybe you're gifted with? If you want to share a story, call us up, 850-446-0562. We have a few more minutes. Yeah, I watched Long Island Medium, Teresa Caputo, this lady with this big blonde hair, and she says she sees spirit and she get dream and them thing them. And I know, me like watch it, because sometimes it's so interesting where I sometimes people be like, oh, it's what can I call it? It is a scam. Like she Googled the people, she found out who died in their family, and then she say, okay, is that your brother here or your sister is saying, the watch that you have on means something, and then they start crying. It's like the watch my grandma gave me, that kind of thing. But I do think there are people with that gift.
Yeah, I do. I think there are people with that gift. It's just a matter of where's that gift coming from.
Oh Lord, the light or the dark?
The light or the dark.
Jesus.
So I don't mess with stuff like that. If He provides me with some wisdom through my sleep or my mom, then okay. But I'm not gonna go out and seek that wisdom.
Yeah, I feel that there's some good things that happen when people dream you, and I want to give credit to the creator that we use. That clip you guys heard is from Voldemort. He is so funny, young Jamaican creator who puts up all kinds of the ironies of island folks, and I just think sometimes that I'm like, do we all have the same parents? Do we all have the same grandparents?
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you're from in the
No,
Caribbean.
no,
It's the
it's same.
same.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
same.
same.
I watch and I follow a lot of the Haitian platforms like La Union Suite and
Mhm.
some other Haitian American Instagram platforms, and I get all the jokes. I'm like, my parents do this too. It's so funny. And then you'll see it on the Trinity diaspora. You'll see it from the Southern Islands and the
And I think
Southern
even
Antilles.
Africa.
Oh yeah, because we got the West
Yeah.
African roots. So yeah, when I watch my Niger or Ghanaian
Mhm.
platforms. There's a Jamaican guy I follow named Kevin. I can't think of his last name on Instagram, but he's now living in Ghana, and everything is just so similar. And I just love watching him. Like, Lord, one blood for real. Like we have so much in common. But last thoughts, Rose. Before we go, I want to hear any that just pivoting back to our real estate again. You guys heard the summary of the national lawsuit by Rose B. Thompson Real Estate. That's how you can find her. Any final thoughts on that before we have to go?
Well, I don't want to leave in such a negative note as far as like having the buyers be scared and worried about how they're going to pay for the buyer's agent commission. I think it'll all work out somehow. I think there's going to be negotiations being done between the buyer's agent and the seller's agent. There will be some compensation given. I don't think it will all come from the buyer, but I just want you to be aware that that is one aspect is that the buyer will need to at least be prepared
Mm.
to pay for that commission. But do know that your buyer's agents, they're there for you. So they're going to fight with that seller's agent to get a commission. It may not be given up front in the MLS because the rule states that there will be no negotiating on the MLS, but it does not say that you can't negotiate off the MLS. So I think those buyer's agents are going to do what they need to do. They're going to roll up their sleeves and they're going to fight for you and they're going to get those commission fees. Okay, so I don't want everybody to leave here thinking, oh, wow, it is over.
Yeah, I'm thinking like it's a wild, wild west now. Every man, woman, and child for themselves. But it sounds like
It
there's
is because in a way that there is really there's no rule governing it. You have to make it work. Your individual agent have to fight. There isn't any given anymore.
Mm.
But I think the strong agents are going to get what they need to get for their clients.
Yeah, if you missed the first half of the show, I think again, just Google the NAR, National Association of Realtors, their recent lawsuit where they were sued by some sellers for the real estate commission fees and what it means. So I think you guys can do some research on your own. Again, it has not gone into effect yet.
No.
So we're just prognosticating, right? Trying to
Right.
tell the future so that people will know.
And the impact should start in July if everything passes.
Okay. Cool. Well, Rose B. Thompson, how can people follow you?
Oh, you can check me out on Facebook, Rose Thompson Real Estate, on Instagram, Rose Thompson Real Estate. And if you want to follow my business, you can find it on Facebook, High Equity Realty.
I love it. Thank you, Rosie, for stopping by. And thank you guys for listening. This has been the Suzette Speaks Show live on INI Radio, Voice of the Caribbean, the 24/7 Caribbean radio station, the #1 in all of Florida, y'all. I appreciate you locking in. Tell a friend and tell a friend. 94.3 FM in Miami, 102.1 in Fort Lauderdale, 102.3 North Miami, Hollywood, 99.7 FM in Orlando, and 105.3 FM in Vero Beach and Port St. Lucie. We taking over y'all again. This is your attorney and I guess just what do you call it? Social critic? I don't know what to call myself. Just a person that looks around and see Wagwan and just try to bring it to the people so that they stay informed and have a little fun while they're doing it. Again, Suzette Speaks. You can follow me on all platforms. Suzette 1Z2T. Suzette Speaks. And you can find my events. I'm going to be throwing a wonderful social mixer for professionals coming up in April. I'm gonna give y'all more information about that. That's gonna be the last week, Wednesday of April at Bahama Breeze over there in Pembroke Pines. Just come in on, all our vibes and get to know one another. We're gonna mix politics, business, all professionals welcome to get to know one another and let's hopefully uplift one another. Again, INI Radio family, we represent for the Caribbean here. We got a lot here in South Florida. So if you don't know about this station, make sure you lock it in on your dial. So anytime you need a good vibes, today is Fire Friday, y'all. I can't wait for the mix coming up. Fire Friday in full effect. You got us. We're here for you 24/7. So make sure you lock it in INI Radio, Voice of the Caribbean. Again, God's willing, I will see you next week again, Thursday and Friday. Every Thursday, Friday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. The Suzette Speaks Show live. Follow me, y'all, and I can't wait to do it again. Bless up, and thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, Suzette Speaks. Keep it locked to your favorite station. Lisa V's next with Ragamuffin International. Keep it locked to your favorite station.
I love it. We did it. Oh my God.
You want to know what my favorite part of is?
What is that?
Going to bed. I can't wait to go to bed.
Really?
You know why?
Why?
Because we all dream every night.
Yeah. Why you not say
But we
that?
all don't dream. I don't want to just watch it. You know,
Oh.
I'm big on stuff like that. I'm into
Wow.
quantum physics, you know, and
Yeah.
spirituality and Christ. And
Yeah.
stuff. But
You
anyway,
could have jumped. You know you could have jumped in. I don't mind at all. Fantastic.
Yeah, so I look
So you
forward to
think we
going to
all
bed.
dream?
No, well, science has proven that we all dream, but it also has proven that we all don't remember our dream. But the ones that remember our dream is going back to what you were saying. And we do what you were saying. These things.
Yes.
Also, you know, what you focus on. So, for example, I preach to my children, or practice to my children, or to my family, or to my friends, or to my audience.
Yeah.
Be careful what you watch. Be careful what you listen to. That's what I call my show is called the midday meditation. Because everything that we observe, even if we don't want it, it becomes a part of us anyway. And that's why God is always telling you yes. If you say bad things, God says yes, bad things. He gives you back bad things. If you say good things to God, God says yes, good things. So
it's like a mirror.
God is a mirror. That's what I tell people.
So that's why everything we see is
And that's why I didn't stop watching zombie movies. Have a good day.
So that I really look forward to it.
I appreciate
And then the
it.
next thing I want to say real quick is that I believe that
Why you never come in, man?
When we die, when we do what we call die, we're gonna wake up. This is a dream. It's a third dimensional dream. Look at dimension, you understand. This is just like from water to ice to gas. So you get what I'm
So
saying?
in a different form.
Yeah, that's right. But we are spiritual beings. We're going back to where we're from. God did not make us to feel pinch and pain.
No.
Our soul.
No, I hear you.
I read the book of Enoch too. I don't want to get into it right now, but the book of Enoch tells us that we were tampered with.
This is beautiful. Lisa B, come true, man. Come true, man. Come true. Everybody, we're going to sign off. Thank you so much for watching this behind the scenes. Again, every Thursday and Friday morning to 2 p.m. on the FM dial, Miami 94.3 FM and 102.1 FM for Lauderdale and everywhere in between. I appreciate you guys checking us out, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.